Alright guys, so today we're going to go over the distributive property of multiplication with and without variables. So let's begin. Make sure you write this in your composition book. Make sure you're whisking it for full credit. So let's begin. Distributive property. Just pay close attention to the word distribute and the distributive property. The root word of distributive, distribute. So here we have the first way, one of my favorite ways of saying multiplying. We have 3 times 3. We discussed this the other day in class. What really is the purpose of multiplying? Well, we decided that this really means 3 groups of 3. So it would look something like this: 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is equal to 9. So instead of writing 3 plus 3 plus 3 is equal to 9, we said 3 multiplied by 3. 3 groups of 3. So 3 groups of 3 is equal to 9. Same thing down here for 3x. Since x is a variable that can represent any number, it literally means you have 3 groups of x. So x plus x plus x is equal to 3x. 3 groups of x. So 3x just means 3x, 3 times whatever x is. Without a calculator, I wanted you to try this. This is a fairly simple one. This means 8 times 24. So yes, the old way, you can go 24 over 8 and do this and get 192. But I want you to watch what I'm doing. I'm going to use the distributive property and say, instead of writing out 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24, I'm instead going to break up 24 and multiply it something like this. I get 8 times 20 plus 4. And then I will have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 8 with this positive 20 and I get 160. And then I'm going to multiply this 8 with this positive 4 and get 32. Add it together and I get 192. Same way. And that's the whole basic idea of distributive property. You're breaking up your term and then you're multiplying the number on the outside with everything on the inside. Okay. So this is what I really want you to write down in your composition book under summary. 2 groups of b plus c. So if I write this out longhand, I have 1 group, b plus c, 2 groups of b plus c. This week and last week we focused on combining like terms. So b plus b is 2b, c plus c is positive 2c. And that's how you simplify that. But, like we just mentioned, multiplying is way quicker than adding the same term over and over and over. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2 and I'm going to multiply it with this b, because I have 2 groups of that, so it'll be 2 times b. And then this is a positive c. I'm going to box that to make sure that I have, this is a positive b, positive c. So 2 groups of positive c. I'm going to multiply this 2 with this. It's going to be positive 2c. Again, multiplying, and that's the distributive property. Distributive property just means multiplying. So I had a student a while back. She did something like this, and she called it the double rainbow method. I don't want you to call it the double rainbow method. It's really called the distributive property of multiplying. But if it helps you to visualize a double rainbow, that's cool. But you're going to be multiplying your double rainbow. So here I have 3 groups of b plus c. So it looks something like this out longhand. b plus c, b plus c, b plus c. You get 1, 2, 3 b's, positive b, so that's positive 3b. 1, 2, 3, positive 3c, so you get positive 3c. Or what we can do is we can multiply 3 times b and 3 times c. If you want, we go ahead and box each term. Here we have a positive 3, positive b, and a positive c. So 3, positive 3 multiplied by positive b, I get 3b. Okay, you're going to multiply that. And then here, I'm going to switch colors. I have positive 3, a positive c, so I'm going to multiply those. I get positive 3c. And that's how I multiply using the distributive property. Why don't you pause the video if you want and try this one, and then we'll see how it goes. Again, you're going to do this method. I'm going to box each term on the inside to make sure I carry the symbol with it. So this is going to be the same thing as 4 times 13, so 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 13, well, this one's a little bit different, right? A little bit more difficult. So what you're going to do is you can break up this 13 and you go, okay, 4 times 10 is 40, 4 times 3 is 12, and then you just add everything together and you get 56. So 4 times 14 is 56. Okay, all we're doing for the distributive property is you're just breaking things up and then you're going to multiply and then combine them together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, right here, I can write it out longhand if I want. 3 times 4 plus 3r is the same thing as saying 4 plus 3r, 4 plus 3r, 4 plus 3r. That literally means I have 3 groups of 4 plus 3r. Instead of doing it the long way, I'm going to do the shortcut, which is multiply. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is box my term with the symbol to the left. So I have a positive 3, I have a positive 4, and a positive 3r. And then I'm going to go ahead and multiply the number on the outside with the number on the inside. So 3 times 4, 3 times positive 4 is 12. And then I'm going to go 3 times positive 3r. That's 3 groups of 3r. So 3 groups of 3r is positive 9r. And my final simplification is 12 plus 9r. Okay, same thing with this one. Step 1, I'm going to box each term. So now I have a negative 2 on the outside, positive 1, and a negative 5v. Do the distributive property, or some people call it the double rainbow, but we're going to call it the distributive property of multiplying. Negative 2 times negative, or negative 2 times positive 1, negative times positive is a negative, so negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 5v, negative times a negative is a positive, so that's positive 10v. Why don't you go ahead and try this one, pause the video, and then push play and check your work. I'll continue on. Okay, so step 1, box each term. I have a negative 15, a positive 2, and a negative 3x. So I have a negative 15 times positive 2, that is a negative 30. Negative 15 times negative 3 is a positive 45x. And that's how you simplify that one. And that's all I have today. So remember, for this one, all you're doing is boxing each term one more time. And then you're just multiplying the number on the outside or the term on the outside with everything on the inside, including the symbol. Okay, don't forget to whisk it, and then we will check it in class.